As you can tell by the title of today's video, we are going to be going through the night with a newborn. Right now it's 7:30. Baby has been getting to bed around 7:38, but he's been sleeping a lot more during the day because he's been a little sick. He's got a lot of nasal congestion right now, so he's been a little bit more tired. So I'm letting him do his own thing, not really trying to wake him up unless I really need to feed him. I am actually very lucky that my baby sleeps so well. Benjamin also slept so well when he was little. He's been sleeping for 4 to 5 hours at night. I'm so lucky to have that. His doctor did say I don't need to wake him up anymore to feed. On some occasions, he will eat a little less and then wake up like 2 hours after his feeding, but normally he'll always give me at least one stretch of 5 hours. At 7:30, I'm gonna go wake him up and get him into the bath, and then we are going to start our night of feedings, and I'll just take you guys along with me so you can kind of see what it's like. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, please subscribe, join the fam, give it a thumbs up, and let me know what other suggestions that you might have for videos. Let's go. So tonight the baby was due for a bath. Right now, as you can tell, I'm just running his water, trying to get it to that perfect lukewarm temperature before getting him in. He has had one other bath before this one and he's still getting used to it, so it's definitely not his favorite thing. I always try to get it done and over with pretty fast, but he definitely needed a bath, so I just threw that into his nighttime routine for this night. As most of you guys already know, babies have very sensitive skin, so every time after I wash him, his skin is very dry. So I just make sure that I put the hydration back in his skin. I use the CeraVe moisturizer for babies, and then I use my CeraVe healing ointment on the extra dry spots, which is normally his legs and his belly. You can also use Aquaphor. I know that's a great alternative as well. This is just all I had in the house at the moment. After baby is all clean and dressed and bundled up, it's time for his first feeding of the night, which began at 8 o'clock. I look like I'm so deep in thought. I honestly have no idea what I was thinking about, but it's kind of funny. My son feeds pretty well, and he normally consistently feeds until he's done, so a good feeding will generally last from 10 to 15 minutes. Obviously that varies. I feel like all newborn babies are going to switch the schedule up. After his feeding, I burp him and keep him upright for about 20 minutes, and then I will swaddle him up as tightly as I can. Then he is off to bed. He went down for bed at 8:30 this night. Normally it's a hit or miss if he will go straight to sleep in his bassinet with no soothing. He does not take a pacifier. Most nights he will just look around for a little bit before falling asleep on his own. So as you guys can tell, I got Andrew down. He's been very easy to get down. Normally at night when I put him in there, he will either just have his eyes wide open for a bit and then fall asleep on his own, or at night he will just want me to pat him and then he'll fall asleep, or sometimes I'll have to pick him up, walk around a bit, and then he'll fall asleep. Tonight it was one of the easier nights. I think it's, like I said, because he's sick. As you can tell too, the bassinet, I like put blankets, like the receiving blankets, underneath the cushion, so it wasn't obviously like a suffocating hazard, but I put them underneath the bassinet so he's sitting upright. I notice it helps a lot with his mucus. He has that right now. It's kind of crazy. Once I do that like suction thing, his nose still sounds pretty congested, and then after a little bit it goes away. So I'm hoping that it just settles. It's now 8:30, so we'll see when he wakes up for his next feed. Little Andrew woke up at 12 a.m. for his next feeding. I always start by changing his diaper to kind of wake him up so he gets a good feeding. Occasionally he will poop while I am burping him after his next feeding, and if that happens, I just change him again afterwards. No big deal. Tonight, Andrew was in the room, which was a nice surprise. We've been sleeping in separate rooms just until the baby starts to sleep for longer stretches throughout the night. I luckily am able to stay at home with both the baby and Ben, so while he works, I just would prefer if he were rested. This was one of those times where he ended up pooping after he fed, so I'm just unwrapping his swaddle and changing his diaper again. Little AJ is off to bed again at 12:40 a.m. He woke up again at 4:45 a.m. I look so exhausted. Going to get some water. Breastfeeding, it makes me so thirsty. Unfortunately, I don't have any big water bottles. I literally lose all of my water bottles, so the red Solo cup will do just fine. The baby didn't want to go down, so he needed to be bounced or rocked. So here's me walking around, bouncing him, trying to get him to fall asleep, which does eventually always seem to work. Morning, guys. So it's now 7:30. This is the time I just like to wake up to start our day. So I did wake the baby up so he could eat really quick. His congestion is honestly getting worse, and I just think I should take him to the doctor. I called the nurse at our doctor's office, and she said it was fine, and she said that congestion's normal with the newborns, and she said if he doesn't have a fever and he's not coughing and he seems like he's breathing fine, then he's fine, but he seems like his breathing is getting more difficult, so I'm just gonna call the doctor and see if I can get him in. What's up? So I'm just now editing this vlog, and I realized I totally just cut the video off and stopped filming for whatever reason. But we did take the baby to the doctor. Took him to the doctor for his jaundice. He has very high jaundice. It's like an 18.8 right now, so pretty risky jaundice level. So we took him there. They also did test his oxygen to make sure he's getting enough air and he's breathing right. The doctor said he's fine, so just to keep monitoring his breathing and his temperature, which we're definitely doing. He's right next to me. So I hope you guys oh, there's Ben. What, Ben? Mom, this is the life of a toddler. Hold on. What are you doing? What's on your head? I hope you guys enjoyed this little newborn.
The hat video.
The hat video?
Yes.
What do you have to say in the hat video?
I don't know the hat to say. Among Us.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one.
Yes, thumbs up.